一碗豆汁儿。Beijing, the very heart and soul of China, a city sculpted by time, tradition, and the relentless march of progress. The symmetrical core of this ancient city. Join me as we delve deep into Beijing's central axis. Welcome to Beijing. And here we are in Tiananmen Square in the middle of Beijing. This is where China was formed, the Republic of China, on the 1st of October 1949. So today we are moving along the central axis. This is right on the perfect point. You can see everything is in a perfect line. And straight in, where we're going now, the Forbidden City. Since I've been in China, I've always wanted to come and see the Forbidden City. Today's the day. So the central axis in Beijing runs right through the center of Beijing. It stretches 7.8 kilometers from Yongdingmen in the south to the Drum and Bell Tower in the north. Right, I can't wait any longer. Let's go inside. Wow. I never knew it was this big. It's absolutely gigantic. The Forbidden City here was established during the Ming Dynasty in 1420, and it served as the home of the emperors and their households for over 5 centuries. Spanning over 180 acres, with 980 buildings and 8,700 rooms, this place is absolutely gigantic. I never thought it would be this big, and it's really difficult to see the scale in the video, or you have to come here to feel it. It is massive. Wow, it's actually crazy. It's just courtyard after courtyard of golden roofs and red walls. The central axis also carries with it profound historical and cultural significance. Since 1267, during the Yuan dynasty, urban layouts were designed symmetrically along this axis. It reflects Chinese philosophies about harmony between humans and nature, and shows it in a sort of spatial sense. And here we are, almost finished in the Imperial Garden. So this is where, after food, they would come out for a little walk, an evening stroll through the garden. What a place, absolutely. I don't know, it's hard to put into words just how big and how grand and just how detailed it is. The whole place is amazing. 100% recommended. Make sure you don't wait as long as I did to come here. I would recommend to anyone visiting China. Now, we will continue along the central axis. Let's keep heading north. Leaving the Forbidden City and walking directly north, we soon arrived at Jingshan Park, where immediately some beautiful birds caught my eye. There are some beautiful birds here, just so close to the city of Beijing. You have all of this nature, these amazing animals. I could sit here all day. And after only a 5-minute walk up the hill, you're greeted with these unbelievable views of Beijing, including that of the Forbidden City here. You can see the whole thing is absolutely beautiful. And we can go up higher. And what's actually very interesting about this park is that the mountain is not actually a real mountain. It's not a real hill. This was created from all of the earth that was excavated when they built the moat around the Forbidden City. So it just shows how big and how deep that moat is. Wow, and this is the view. And this is also very good for feng shui, this hill, because behind your residence you should have some sort of blockade. So this hill served as the blockade for the Forbidden City. After heading down the hill and out of the park, we jumped in a taxi and we made our way to another of Beijing's very famous landmarks. We just arrived at the Temple of Heaven, and again, it's absolutely gigantic. It's actually twice as big as the Forbidden City. We've been walking for like 10 minutes. Ooh. It's actually not just one temple, it's a whole complex. So the Temple of Heaven complex was constructed in 1420 by the same emperor that constructed the Forbidden City. The same guy. Behind me is the Hall of Prayer for Good Harvest, and this is the most iconic building here at the Temple of Heaven. And not only was it used for the emperor to come and pray for good harvest, but also it includes things like averting natural disasters, so praying that there won't be any earthquakes or, you know, big storms, floods, those sort of things. And behind me, you can see how perfectly symmetrical everything is. Imagine they built this in 1420. 800 years ago. Amazing. What a place. Starving. Need to eat some good Beijing food. And do you know what I'm looking for? Jjajangmian. And here we are at like a food street. That is the central axis going right through Beijing. And we are just stepping off that into a food street. There's a lot of people about, all hungry, looking for some Beijing speciality treats. Jjajangmian 有吗？有啊。有，一份jjajangmian。关钱儿可以，来一份。I've got an absolute feast here of Beijing delicacies. This is guanciar, crunchy fried noodles, I guess. 鸽子河. Oh, it's like really soft inside. Very good. It's like youtiao, the breakfast stick. This, 一碗豆汁儿. It tastes like sour milk. No. 豆汁儿不喜欢，不好意思。焦圈儿在豆圈儿，好吃儿。豆圈儿的问题，这个可以。And this, of course, looks beautiful. Jjajangmian. This was my favorite when I lived in Shenzhen. I would get so much jjajangmian like every night. Very good. Jjajangmian 这么好吃。This invisible line is like a silent storyteller, narrating the progress of Beijing over the centuries. And I've had such a good time in Beijing. It's been fantastic. I love exploring these places, and I'm so happy that these places are still standing and can be enjoyed by people of all ages from all over the world. I can't wait to come back to Beijing and explore more historical sites along the central axis of Beijing. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.